morning. Background's a little bit different today because I'm at my parents' house. I was just journaling and thinking about the intention I want to start the week off with. I'm really trying to bring in this sense of rest into my weeks. It's come to my attention that I really struggle with resting outside of yoga and my meditation practice. That's why the practice is there, to be able to cultivate those feelings outside of the practice. Last week, there was this sense of rush. I have this habit of putting all of this pressure on myself. It even came through making these videos. I tried to make a vlog last week, but it felt so ingenuine. It didn't feel like it was coming from a place of fun, but it was rather coming from a place of pushing or striving to get that next video out. And it was so outcome oriented. It just sent me into a little bit of a spiral. I had to pull back and come back to the joy of making these videos. Today during class, we were exploring the fire element. I was talking to this idea of fire being really purifying. A lot of the time we walk around very unconscious. The journey is to bring those unconscious patterns to light, let those go, then actively choose the patterns that we do want to have. And that's hard. It's not easy. This point in my life, it feels like I'm throwing my old self into the fire in a way where she served me so well. And I'm so grateful for her, but I'm ready to let that go and let this kind of new version of me emerge. And that new version can only come out once I've let go of the old, once I've created that space for something else to come about. I wanted to share these thoughts. Maybe it gets you guys thinking as well. How are you letting go of those habitual patterns and allowing something else to emerge from them? What's that process been like for you? If you're open to it, let me know in the comments. I love just yapping about things like this. And in Sydney today, it's actually the spring equinox, which I think is so fitting because it's all about growth and renewal and allowing unknown possibilities to show up in your life. Into a regular gym routine for God knows how long. I just find that I have so much resistance to going to the gym. I don't know why. The more that resistance builds up, the harder it is for me to actually go to the gym. So I made it a top priority today to just get my ass there. the salad, chicken, kimchi, and then the little quinoa grains on top. Love eating salads like this, so good. Does anyone else get super overstimulated at the gym? And maybe that's why like I have so much resistance to it. I'm new to the gym routine and I'm still learning how to use all of the equipment, and I just get so intimidated by like all of the gym bros. I've been trying to get into the gym on and off for like a couple of years now. I used to do Pilates, but then I kind of got over that. And so I wanted to try going to the gym again just to like build up a bit more strength. But man, it is so intimidating. Whew. I just get super overstimulated. I think it's the music. I think because it was busy today, and also because I don't know how to use the machines or like what I'm doing. Gym anxiety is so real. Whenever I go to the gym, there's just this energy of everything is so intense and everything is so rushed. And I noticed as I was driving back, my body felt so tense, and yeah, I don't know if that's good for my nervous system. She's a highly sensitive girl in a testosterone world. Maybe I just need to do some yin yoga or yoga nidra after this, I don't know. But I'm gonna keep trying to go so that I can get used to the equipment. I'm trying to build up my back strength, and I'm also trying to work on reactivating my glutes, because I think I've gone 27 years without knowing how to activate my glutes properly, and I'm finally learning how. I don't know why everyone's always yelling in the gym all the time. It's really scary. So I'm moving out next week, which means that I've got to declutter and clear out my space, and I've been super excited about this. It honestly feels so fitting at this point in my life, like moving out and going into a new place, which is so much more spacious than this place right now. And at the same time, just going through all of these other changes in my life with my work, and like quitting my job at the end of the year, which I'll probably make a video about later on. But it all just feels like everything in this chapter of my life is coming to a close, and I think that this purge of my closet, of the things around me, are so symbolic of that. It's always really confronting how much stuff I collect, even though I wouldn't really consider myself a person who buys a lot of things. I try and keep it as minimal as possible, but even then, shit just builds up. One of the rules I'm gonna have for my closet is if I haven't worn it within this last year, I'm going to either donate it or try and sell it. Stressed right now. There's a lot going on, and I thought this would be a good time to just talk through how I'm feeling. It just feels like everything is going super turbo speed. So I'm moving out. I'm running a couple of yoga and art therapy workshops that are taking time to organize. I'm quitting my job at the end of the year, and that's bringing on a whole lot of its own anxieties. And it just feels like there's always so much to do. This sense of rush lately where there's a need to do things almost out of scarcity, pushing myself to that point of exhaustion, which is just not how I want to live my life. Like, I want to live as if, you know, my nervous system is regulated and healthy. So yeah, I just wanted to share a few things that's kind of helping me get through this. I know that I'm feeling stressed when I feel this tension throughout this central place of my body, especially in my chest and my stomach, and it just feels super tight and rigid. My heart rate is fast, and I just need to pause and breathe. Just 3 good deep breaths that remind me there's spaciousness all around, and that spaciousness can always be returned to whenever I need. And as I'm breathing here, I can hear sounds of the birds outside and the cars outside, and it gets me out of my head, which is great because it's going like crazy in here. I did this already before, but the other thing that I need to do is meditate, and I don't even want to do this, but I need to do it. And I know that whenever there's resistance to it, like I've got to sit my ass down and just meditate. I've been doing a meditation lately. It's Joe Dispenza's morning meditation, but I just put it on as like my go-to meditation. He just reminds you to return back to a feeling or a state that you want to be in. So for example, this feeling of tension and tightness, I'm used to being in this state because I've been in it for most of my life, but that's the pattern that I'm trying to rewire. During his meditations, I'll really feel back into what does it feel like for my body to be rested? What does it feel like for there to be spaciousness? What does it feel like for me to be excited about life rather than rushing through it at this intense pace? And some days it's harder than others. Like today was really hard. My brain kept dragging me out of the meditation, but I think that's why it's in these moments where it is the hardest, is when it matters the most and when it's the most potent. And yeah, I did feel better after that meditation. I mean, it's not like a golden pill where I meditate and suddenly I'm all good, but it definitely helps just sort of bring me back down, because this girl can get so anxious. So I have this pattern of rushing, this feeling that everything needs to be done now and everything needs to be done yesterday. I love to blame it on capitalism, but also from childhood wounds, so double combo. And when I'm in this state of rush, the 2 phrases that bring me back into this present moment is, where are you rushing to? And that snaps me out of it pretty quick, because then I'm like, yeah, where are you rushing to? You know, what is the end goal? Where is this invisible final destination that you keep going towards, and are you ever going to reach that? No, probably not. And I think I feel it with my videos as well. Like I want to be making videos and posting them every single week, but there's almost like it comes from a place of scarcity and of you need to be making things and outputting things rather than from a place of love. And when I notice that, I really have to pull back. The second thing I remind myself of is that I have all of the time in the world. Everything that needs to get done will get done. And when I look back on my life, all of the things that had to get done, you know, they were never not done. Reminding myself of those 2 things really brings me back, because truly, like, what is the rush? Well, the other thing that helps me move through this anxious mindset is to release, to just feel everything that's in my body and to let it come out. And that's why I just had this urge to turn on the camera and start talking. It's a way for me to also process these emotions. And even if you don't have like a YouTube channel, there's always the voice notes. There's just always talking out loud into the air and letting it dissolve and dissipate from your body. And if not that, then journaling. I think journaling is really, really good, especially when you're brain dumping. But I just felt like today when I was trying to journal, my thoughts were going way too fast for my hands. It just felt better for me today to speak it out to the camera. And the more that I'm speaking, the more I can feel myself just returning back to this state of not full calm, but just centeredness. Like I'm stepping out of that tornado. I find it super helpful when I'm in this state. In my head, it feels like I have a million things to do. But when I write it down, it's really like 3, maybe 5 things. And then from those 3, maybe 5 things, I ask myself, okay, which one of these are the top priority? Which one do you have to get done today? And which ones can you leave until maybe tomorrow or the day after? Because it'll all get done, you know? Everything will get done that needs to get done. The hardest thing for me to do is to actually rest, like real proper rest. When we're stressed or anxious or in these really wound up states, it's almost like my body is going into overdrive and I really just need to let it chill out, lay down, watch a movie or read a book, not go on my phone, because I think going on my phone just makes me even more stressed. Giving myself that compassion to be like, no, you don't have to get it all done today, and you're allowed to give yourself that permission to rest. The world is not going to collapse if you don't do this one thing, you know, like the world's still going to be there if you don't put all of your clothes into your moving boxes. You'll be fine. If you made it to the end of this video, I hope you're taking care of yourself. Give yourself that permission to rest if you need it, because truly, what's the rush? See you in the next one. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for giving me this space to rant and to just word vomit for a little bit. See ya.